So today I'd like to talk about three things, and the first thing is the video that everybody is talking about, Lydia Elise Millan's video about selling all her bags. An update on the Vodafone phone situation, getting it transferred to my name. You know, I don't know. And also, I have an unboxing. Now, I'll start off with, we'll call it the elephant in the room. Lydia Elise Millan's video. I'm not a regular watcher of her videos. In fact, I don't think I've watched one of her videos for about 2 or 3 years. I mean, although I grew up in England and was there till I was sort of 30 and a bit, I've never really hankered after that British way of life, the country home, with the horse and the chooks and the nice garden, etc., etc. It's never really been my thing, but I can understand why her channel is really successful, because so many English people really, really want that sort of life. Most people I knew in England wanted to move out to the country so they had more room. A lot of them were horse people, so they wanted room for their own stables, all that sort of thing. So it's a sort of the English dream, but it's not really the Australian dream. So different folks, different strokes. Look, we're all different, and thank goodness we are. Now, firstly, the safety issue. I looked up crime rates in London and Sydney, and whoa, I mean, I really did not expect there to be such a huge difference. Sydney is so much safer than London, and in all honesty, I've never really thought about safety when I've gone out in Sydney. I mean, I've walked through the town centre on my own, with a designer bag on my shoulder, and just never given it any thought at all. However, London is a different kettle of fish. I mean, it is clear from latest crime figures there that a young woman on their own, walking along with a luxury bag on their shoulder, is a bit of a target. So I get it from that point of view. And also, if you only feel comfortable keeping 2 bags in your own home, and the rest of them are put in a vault, which is probably a high security self-storage type place, that's obviously got security cameras, etc., etc. But if you suddenly wanted to wear on impulse a bag that was locked away with all the others because you were bothered about your house being broken into and your bag stolen, I mean, it's not practical, is it? So I get it. But one thing sort of niggled at me about that video. And look, if you're a huge fan of Lydia Elise Millan, just take this with a pinch of salt. This is just my opinion. I did find it a bit strange that sort of led straight into oh, and by the way, I'm designing, I can't remember whether it was just a handbag or a range of handbags with Fairfax and Favour. Now, they're a very English brand. I mean, that's the box that you get one of their bags in, and it's Fairfax and Favour England. And I know that Lydia is very keen on promoting British products, everything sort of British, and that's brilliant, because you should. It's like I've been trying to promote Oraton because they're an Australian brand. I mean, you look after your own, don't you? You put your own house in order first. But I just found that a bit, like, are you just doing this to sort of promote your new brand or your new sort of capsule collection of bags or whatever? I don't know. As soon as she started talking about that, I felt a bit uneasy. And that's just me being perfectly honest. I mean, if any of you are regular viewers, you will know that my mouth comes first and my brain comes after. It's just, you'll get 100% honesty here. Talking of which, if you're new here, hi, I'm Kaz. I'm 5 foot nothing, literally. That's 152 centimetres in new money. And I have loved fashion since I was a teenager, over 50 years ago. I have loved handbags, luxury bags, any sort of bags for well over 40 years. And so I've seen a lot of things come and go, and the whole luxury thing I know is changing, which is obvious. I mean, I've consigned about, oh goodness me, over 30 bags now, you know, either consigned or sold directly. The sort of bags that I bought as a collector rather than to use them. I started feeling a bit uneasy, well, not uneasy, but a bit ridiculous about why have you spent all that money on these bags just to look at them when you don't even feel comfortable using them. So I got rid of those, I've reduced my collection, and now every handbag I buy is one that I'm going to be happy to go out and use. So I think any luxury lover is going through some sort of change at the moment, but I don't know, I was really shocked by that video. Anyway, just to get back to the safety thing, I mean, I asked him indoors what he thought about it, and he said, well, it's like buying a Lamborghini, isn't it? A lot of people buy a Lamborghini or Porsche or a McLaren, some sort of really high-end sort of luxury sports car, and they never drive it. It stays in the garage because they're too bothered about going out and maybe having to leave it in a car park, and somebody might key along the, you know, where somebody takes a key literally and scratches along the side of your car. And he said there are two types of people that buy Lamborghinis. There are people who can afford to buy a Lamborghini and it doesn't even make a dent in their bank account. They'll drive that Lamborghini because they can afford to repair it, have it serviced, etc., etc. And then you'll have the people that will scrape every cent they own to go out and buy that Lamborghini just to say, you know, aren't I cool? Look at me, I've got a Lamborghini. They're the ones that will never take it out because they're terrified it's going to be damaged because they can't afford a repair. And I thought he made an interesting point there, because he said part of having wealth, sorry, I just need to consult my notes because I want to make sure I get his point across. He said part of having that wealth is protecting yourself from eventualities. So, as I said, you know, you can afford to service, insure and repair that sort of car. And that's what I find a bit odd about, you know, people not keeping their bags in their house. I mean, you can make your home secure. You really can. I mean, ours is very secure. You know, you can't even have a bird flying around in the garden without it setting something off, but you have to do it, you know, really, because, and another thing, if you don't, insurance companies won't insure valuable individual items. Anyway, enough of people selling their bags or selling some of them or buying a Lamborghini or not, or all I'd say is we're all different, thank goodness we are. And if it reached the point where Lydia did not feel safe, you know, as she feared for her personal safety, go for it. Do whatever makes you feel safe. I mean, That's more important than having a bag, isn't it? Does it really matter if we've got a bag from Target or Hermes? One's going to make us a Target and the other one isn't, and I'd go for the Target bag in London any day. Anyway, Vodafone, right. We went to the shopping centre, we went to the Vodafone store, and there was a bit of a queue. So we went away, had a walk round, had a look in Oroton, and I've got a little bit of footage from there because they kindly let us shoot some footage. That will go in the next video. So we went back and spoke to a very helpful young sales assistant in there, and he asked me what plan I was on, or what plan him indoors was on, really. And I'm on a cheap, like $29 a month thing, you know, no phone, that just covers the calls, internet, etc., etc. So he said, well, the cheapest plan we're doing at the moment is $49 a month, so it would cost me an extra $20 a month. It doesn't include a phone. He said, but that is the only way I could sort it out for you now, is for you to upgrade to that new plan. He said, but if you call the call centre, explain it to them, they just might be able to change it over. Now, I haven't had a chance to do that because yesterday was a bit of a day. We had people here in the morning doing pest control because, as you probably know, Australia is renowned for its insect life. They tend to be rather large and rather scary, and I do not like them, particularly the 8-legged variety. I'm just, no, just stay away, don't want to know. But what happened was that the cable that ran underneath the house, that has got our internet, phone, etc. on, well, we don't have a phone anymore, but you know, there's phone line, internet, had got wet. So we thought, we'll let it dry out and it'll be fine. It wasn't fine. So him indoors went crawling underneath the house, and what had got wet was a repair that he'd done about 8 years ago when the builders who built the extension, we really have been renovating for 8 years. It's a long story, and I won't tell you now because we'd be here for 2 hours at least, and I won't do that to you. Anyway, he had to take it apart and resoldered it, you know, put some casing over it, and we finally got it working really late yesterday. Anyway, that is why the video is today, not yesterday, because we had all sorts of, oh, and then I had to go for a medical appointment as well. And you know, when you have those days where just, if anything can go wrong, it does. The Vodafone issue is sort of ongoing. Haven't had a chance to ring them today. I'll try and ring them tomorrow. Bit of a busy day tomorrow, but I'll do my best. Now, finally, I really want to see the bag that is inside this box, just here. Now, this came from Revolve. A lot of you have probably heard of Revolve, but I'll put their details below in the description box. And see, Revolve, thank you for your purchase. Now, if you've been watching my videos for a while, you know that I've tried out a couple of these, you know, the long top handle bags where there are two. And I've had problems with getting them to sit on my shoulder. And I think the roundness of the strap, is that even a word? Roundness of the strap being round. Do you know what I mean? I think has contributed to the fact that it wouldn't sit on my shoulder. I thought if the straps are maybe flat, it would work. So this is my last attempt, because if this doesn't work, I'm over it. I'm seriously over it. Anyway, I bought this from Revolve because as I've told you many times before, Coach Australia has a very limited amount of bags. And this particular bag was only available in black or chalk and was 725 Australian dollars. Whereas this one is in a different colour and it was $685.59, or approximately US 435. I did notice actually though in the sale they have this bag in black with grommets, you know, the one with all the hole, you know, the holes with the metal round the holes, and $397.50 Australian. And I thought, I'm not even going to try that one because I know what it will be. It'll be too heavy, which is why it's gone into the sale. So I haven't looked at this bag, and it's been here for a week. A whole week. Oh dear, such restraint I have shown in that week. Okay, so here it is. I really hope this one works. I am so into that, you know, long handle sort of trend. I really like the look of it when it works, when they stay on the shoulder. Oops. Right, that's so they're doing a very strange thing here. They've sort of put the, you know, the tag is there and it's sort of, it's been taped down, and I don't know how I can get the wrapping off without, oh no, I see, okay, right, it's all right, don't worry, don't panic, I've done it. It's all right. Okay, so packaging, excuse the noise. Right, that's that and that. And this bag is called the Swing Zip Bag. And this is in the colour Ruby, which I have to say is a very nice colour. Never seen Coach bag in Ruby before. The leather feels really nice. And the straps should be flat. I don't know how, oh goodness, this is taped up so well. Okay, so as we can see, we've got flat straps here, and they're not too wide either. And this is the colour. It actually looks a bit more orangey on the, you know, the photo screen thing at the side of the camera. Oh, for goodness sake, what's it called? You know what I mean. I'm having a really bad word day. It's just, I don't know, it's an age thing. You know, I must admit that going from 69 to 70 has felt like quite a leap. Do you know what I mean? I just, all through my 60s, I still felt fairly young. And now I'm 70, I just think, God, you know, man shall live 70 years and 10. And I thought, no, it's not enough. Not enough at all. I mean, I've got the longest bucket list ever. You won't believe it. I should do a video about my bucket list. You might find it a bit interesting. Anyway, I'll just do the minimum amount of damage to the packaging, just in case. Okay, moment of truth. Bag on the shoulder. And it stays on the shoulder. Right. I mean, it doesn't have anything in, but it is fairly weighty because it is pretty well stuffed. And the stuffing is, yeah, fairly substantial. Another thing, the zip. So let me take that off the zip pull. Music to my ears. Okay, so the zip is nice and smooth. The handles appear to stay on my shoulder. Let's try the other one for good measure. Oh, I'm getting poked in the face with this packaging. I'll try not to take all of it off, just in case I need to send it back. Right, for some reason, whoops, it won't stay on that shoulder. But it will on this one. Right. That's weird, isn't it? Very strange. Anyway, the zip. Oh, it's got caught in the packaging now. The interior, it actually feels like it's lined in leather. I will take the stuffing out. So I'm reasonably confident now, at least it stays on this shoulder. Goodness me, they've absolutely jam-packed this. Okay, we've got desiccant as well. Okay, so let's have a look. Right, so the leather of the bag is, got these long handles have a will of their own. Okay, this is glove tan leather, which is really, really nice. It's leather lined. I can't see a lot, it's quite dark in there, doesn't it? Anyway, there is a zip pocket here, which I think you can see. Over the other side, there's just a small slip pocket, just in here. It's a good zip. It really is a good zip. Now, it's leather lined. The handles are adjustable. You can see it there. And they've got a buckle there. And they're an extra, there's one extra hole, so you could make the drop a little bit longer. And there's just one hole above as well, so you can make it a little bit shorter, probably about 1 inch. And in new money, that's about 2 and a bit centimetres, I think, something like that. So we've got adjustable handles with 10.5-inch drop, which in new money is 26.5 centimetres. There's the inside zip pocket, which I just showed you, 1 credit card slot, you know, a little slip pocket on the other side. 4 protective feet on the base. And the length, honestly, the length, to me, that is the width, going from one side to the other. The length, I don't know. Anyway, whatever. It's the width for me. Across the back there is 25.5 centimetres, which is 10 inches. Height, So top to bottom, 15 centimetres, which is just under 6 inches. Width, which I call depth, but you know, it's across the side here, 8.3 centimetres, very precise, 8.3, okay. That's 3¼ inches, and that is it. Those are all the measurements. So I'm being doubly cautious about keeping this bag because of the handle situation. It is a really nice bag though, and the leather is sublime. It really is sublime. And it's just got the original glove tanned leather on the bottom of the bag here. I wish the colour was coming across a little bit better. Well, that's a bit better actually when it's a bit further away from the camera. It's a really nice red. It's not that sort of orangey red, you know, it's red with a fair bit of blue in it. It is quite small. I have been getting used to having bigger bags lately, but there are occasions when certainly a small bag is adequate. I shall think about it. Please let me know what your opinion of the bag is in the comments down under. I'd be really interested to hear them. And look, I love you leaving comments. I love replying to them. I usually do it the day after the video, so if I haven't replied straight away, I will get round to it. If you've liked the video, a thumbs up would be great. And I'm nearly just under 2 weeks away from being on YouTube for 1 year, so my first anniversary. And at the moment I have 2,998 subscribers, and I would love 3,000. So if anybody watching like this video or any of my other videos and you haven't subscribed, I would appreciate it to the moon and back if you could do it, please. 3,000 for the first anniversary would be awesome. And if you have subscribed already, thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching, thank you for listening to me, and as always, à bientôt mes amis, au revoir et bonsoir.